Good evening, early birds. I super appreciate that so many of you are already in here. You guys, there is a chat function if you somewhere look down there where you can interact with me. Maybe you can just give me a quick sign you understand me well. Perfect, that's great. Can you hear me good? So technically everything fine? Yes, that's great. Cool. So, where are you from, guys? If I may ask. South Africa, Latvia, Montenegro, Kuwait. Cool. Nigeria. I think we will cover the whole world today, tonight. From Greece. Hello down there. Lithuania. Hello. By the way, it's a bit weird maybe because sometimes if I look over there, this is because there is my second screen where I have all the chats open. So if I look there, I am reading you guys' chats. Estonia. Hello over there. Cool. So yeah, there is like 15 minutes left until we can officially start. So to not have some weird kind of silence sitting in front of a camera, I would say we have a quick talk about what you would like to see in this webinar. What are your expectations? What you would like to learn? And then I will see that I built this information in somewhere. Hello to Lebanon. So what are you guys most interested in? I mean, we will cover so many topics tonight. It will be crazy. We go over lighting, shading, heating, cooling, HVAC, music, alarms, access. I got it all. Tonight I got it all. We have energy management, we have water alarms, fire alarms, automatical switch off of, let's say, magnetic valves. If you have a water leakage, then the main water of the house will be switched off. I got it all tonight. So this is the first kind of this webinar, and I'm super excited. I have no idea how it will turn out, but it will be cool, that's for sure. So there is solar and photovoltaic systems, all right? Fire alarms and ventilations, okay. All right. Actually, I'm just building a heating system for this building here. As you see, this is my garage, and I will do then with my phone a quick tour and show you what I did here with Loxone already in terms of automation. And I bought a used heating system with pellets. I think pellets is the English word, like the compressed little wood stuff. And for this, I will use the Loxone control to fully control the mixing valves, the boiler, the hot water, flow temperature, backflow temperature, all this kind of stuff. You can go so far that you say, okay, I have weather forecasts, and if the weather tomorrow is sunny, then I wait with the boiler so it could cool down a little because I expect solar energy to come, or maybe the same day. So yeah, where should I start? All right, to just learn so much about smart home and IoT. Of course. So I give my best to give you a very, very good impression about what, first of all, automation is all about to me, how I see the market in different parts of the world, and how I see the trends and the chances for you as business owners. I assume most of you are electricians, system integrators, maybe IT companies, maybe specialists in photovoltaic or other specializations. And yeah, hi there to Greece. So we're getting more and more in here. So for all the new ones, if you look somewhere down there, there should be a chat icon. And then if you choose, you can either write to everybody or you can write to me only, then you have to select the host. But if you would like, if you don't mind, I would beg you to say everybody, because then everybody sees the question if I forget to read the question first. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, products. Yes, so tonight I will show you both wireless stuff, like this one here. This is my touch panel for my room in here. This is wireless, you see, has batteries, can be powered by 24 volts. And there's also a permanently powered version, which is cabled, also available. And I will show you both worlds today, because I see the market, even in a new building, to me, just give you one example. Where in the children's room do you put the second push panel? Not the one at the door, that one is easy, but where to put the second one? First, because first, it's a baby's room. Then it's a kid's room with maybe a small table and whatever. Maybe then later it becomes a teenager's room with all different kind of demands. Hopefully someday it becomes a billiard room again when they move out. So where to put it? So even in new projects, from time to time, I see, okay, also their wireless products would make sense. Hello, hello. So any other topics you guys are super interested in to cover tonight? I will show you then, first of all, when we start officially the webinar, in my opinion, world's most powerful alarm system I've ever seen live. Muhammad, hello. It was supposed to start at 7 p.m. Central European time. So in 10 minutes, we will start officially. So right now I'm just small talking. I hope nobody sees me because it seems like I talk to myself. So no worries, we did not start. You missed not anything yet. Security and sensor automation. What would you mean by sensor automation? Maybe you can tell me more in detail. Are we going to get certificates after this? Hey, I never thought about that, but maybe we should. I talk to marketing tomorrow and you get an attendees webinar, Richard's webinar. Hello, nice to see you. No, you did not miss anything yet. I just started, like it's 10 minutes before the official start, so nothing missed yet. This session, yes, is going to be recorded, and you will get a recording of this session, which will be uploaded to YouTube by tomorrow or latest on Monday, when the marketing is sending you the follow-up newsletter. Can you cover connectivity and settings for Modbus? Hey, I'd love to do it, Lucas. If you remind me later on, when there will be a part where I go over just your questions, and then we can use a Modbus. I show you some templates where, for example, an HVAC system, how you integrate this kind of stuff on Modbus, and what kind of automation can you do with it, and where I see the responsibilities of the HVAC and where I see the need or some reasons where we interfere with it. All right. Hello, Jonathan. Nice to have you guys all here. Hi, Henning, nice to hear. But no pressure, like everybody is expecting an exciting webinar, but no pressure on me, right? Cool. There is some Q&As as well. In gate, there's interest in gate automation. So Bolu, if you can tell me in more detail, do you mean like you have a gate when entering the property, or a gate for the garage, or let's say it's a warehouse with a lot of different kind of gates with different accesses? Maybe you can give me more detail in your question. Okay. So still 5 minutes left to go. Okay. So that's what I meant before, this weird kind of silence where I have no more ideas what to say. Do we consider to make a multilingual app? It's a question from Lucas. Hey, I will talk about where we see our market right now, or which was our market the last 10 years, and where we would like to develop. And to answer this already a little ahead, yes, we definitely have hotels, restaurants, and all these kind of things on our radar, on our agenda. And therefore, there is the need, of course, to have multilingual apps. So, Lucas, I tend to say yes now to this question. All right. Do you write code for the automation is another question I got. In a way, I will show you later, or later in 5 minutes, how the programming looks like in Loxone, and how all of you, either if you have never done any kind of programming before, so anybody can learn this, it's super graphical, both for beginners, but also for highly advanced already automation enthusiasts who have lots of experience. For both of these groups, the same software will open endless possibilities. So this question, if we write code for the automation, if I understand correctly, then yes, we provided the software, and in this software, this is like a Word document, you can be the ones writing the books in there. So you can bring your know-how, what you think, like, hey, what should happen when the sun is shining, when the weather forecast says the sun shines in 3 hours, what should happen with the boiler, with the electrical heating, with the cooling, with the AC, whatever. So I will show you this, right? So to all the new ones, there's like plenty of you have been joined the last couple of minutes. So there is a chat function down below where you can directly chat with me and all the others. And feel free to do so, because it shouldn't be like me presenting and assistant reading and having a PowerPoint and this kind of stuff. That's not me. I mean, you will know me better in the next hour. So you will see I'd like to do practical stuff. This webinar is highly driven by you participants if you ask the questions that you would like to hear. Hello. Yes, there we go. Sensor automation, like temperature sensor, proximity, smoke, means pressure, etc. Yes, so just to give one example, there is, I know a partner, an electrician who is specialized in pools, like swimming pools. And with him together, we did a lot of cool projects in Switzerland, actually. And what we did there is we measured, for example, with the 0 to 10 volt sensor, how is this called? The chlorine value, like the pH value and stuff, like how the water quality, if you need to insert stuff or the other stuff. We automated this with pumps. So the whole chlorine and salt and all this kind of stuff was done. We could make things like automating the filtering cycles. We could say the heating of the pool with solar panels and stuff like this. So redox pH, Lucas, thanks for that. So yes, definitely, it's you will see. You have to trust me still, but you will see in a very short time that everything you have in your mind, guys, is doable. And I want to challenge you in this webinar that you ask me super difficult questions, especially examples. Like last time, somebody asked me to do live programming of garden watering with different valves, different flowers who need different kind of water or ground humidity levels. And when the sun is shining, then there shouldn't be watering. Otherwise, the water drops burn the grass. And challenge me, guys. Otherwise, I'm getting rusty. Cool. 1 minute, guys. In case of a software freeze, does it have a fail-safe output reset to initial state? So the software itself runs on a PLC, which is called the mini server. And this software is like a PLC, like an industrial PLC that is used in industries. And for whatever reason, let's say you have a power dropout, power goes down and comes back on again. Then you have the option to select, and this is again a question of you know how, to say, should the relays, for example, after a reboot, go back into the state which they have been before, or should they go into a defined state? I give you one example. If there is, for example, a machine, a saw, and the power goes off, and then people are like, oh, why is this saw no longer working? Maybe I should touch the blade and see if it still spins. And then the power goes back on, and then it would saw. So there's like security things behind this. So it's your decision. All right, 7. Yes, great. So, let me move all the stuff so I see everything. Okay. So good evening to all the people who just joined. I really look forward for the next 1 hour with you together. My name is Richard, and I am an industrial automation engineer originally, and somehow I ended up in sales. I didn't see my life that way going, but I really love what I do here because my responsibility is taking care of all the countries around the world where we do not have subsidiaries yet. So this goes from Africa to Saudi Arabia, Scandinavia, Asia, some parts of America. Super wide variety in my job. So no day is like the other. Someday I'm talking with people from the Gulf area about how to get out the humidity of the houses because it has 40 degrees outside. The next day I'm discussing with a guy in Norway how to control the mixers and the pumps because underfloor heating. So super great. And also I'm responsible for 3 subsidiaries, which is Switzerland, Italy, and France. There I am the CEO of the local branches. I am currently here located in Austria, where the Loxone headquarters is as well. And tonight we are here together in my garage. And I will in a second change to my phone and I give you a quick overview about how everything looks like here. Then we talked about it already. There is a chat function down below. There is also a Q&A, and if you don't mind, please use the chat function. Otherwise, I have both windows, the Q&A and chat open, and then it's harder for me to see. So please use the chat. Feel free to ask any question, and I will always have one eye. If I look over there, then I look on my second screen on the chat. So in this webinar, my goal is to give you an understanding what automation nowadays is all about. And if this is something where your business can benefit of, that's my goal for tonight. Therefore, I have prepared a 10 minutes challenge where you guys and I together will plan, program, automate, and visualize a whole house with 150 square meters in only 10 minutes. This will be the webinar challenge, so stay tuned for this. Then I'd also show you how to earn money with automation, because I know a lot of electricians, system integrators, IT companies, photovoltaic specialists, heating specialists around the world. And one thing all of them have in common together, all the successful ones who work with us shared one thing with me. And this I will show you later. So I know how to tease people. So now let's get started. And therefore, let me quickly switch to my phone. So there is a second. That's the hardest part about everything, like switching to the phone and the camera angles and stuff. So I start the video here. Then I replace the spotlight. So now you should see me here on my phone. Yes, that's true. So let me show you around here. So this is my private, this is Richard's personal garage. And you see here, there is you guys, hello in the chat. There is my screen, which I will share afterwards. And I hope you guys do not hear this heater over there acoustically. So I hope it doesn't annoy you. If it does, please let me know. And now let's look on the setup we have here. So I have prepared one wall, which is wired. So there is a Loxone wiring. This can be a bus wiring. This can be star wiring back to the main cabinet. I have several different components here. I have also, I will show you how to integrate a very normal push button or switch into the system, which is also possible. I have here a 24-volt water valve. So if this guy is powered, I think it's normally closed. And if it is powered, there is water going through. And on the other side, I have a water sensor here. And if this guy here closes water with these two contacts here, then I will show you how to program a function that we automatically, in case of a water leakage, we close the main water of the house. And if if you stay tuned for this, then you will see that this takes to program like 30 seconds. Then I have something super special here. A lot of people, especially architects, love. We can turn any surface which is not metallic, so glass, wood, ceramic, all kind of this stuff, into a push panel. So I've prepared here a very thick wooden plate, right? And this one then will be turned into a push panel to control the light. We will check this out later. Then I have my retrofitting wall over there. So don't tell any security inspectors what I'm doing here. You see I have high voltage coming, 230 volts in Austria, but can also be 110 volt and stuff. And I have this normal, I think it's a Gira, but doesn't matter, 24 volt connection onto here. And then we will see how to control some normal lamps with it. There is also a dimmable lamp, which has a motion sensor, integrated color light dimmable. I will show you these kind of guys here. These are sockets which can switch up to 10 ampere of a relay. They have energy measurement inside, so you can also monitor the energy you use with this guy. Then I have the world's most mobile showroom over here. This is the Loxone demo case. And what for a normal electrician is this guy here. This is for the automation guy, the same tool. So this, I will show you how to use this to sell Loxone to the customer, to create awesome visualization, customer experiences. And this is what we will work with tonight. And this guy here can be expanded because this is like the demo case, we call it. And you can expand it with wireless products. So here is an antenna. This is the module which makes the mini server, which is the brain, communicating via air. That's why we call it Loxone Air. Then we have the bus technology as well, right? Tree it's called. Then we have here an interface where you can connect several different tree devices. So if you would like to say, hey, in my country, lighting is super important. So then you can buy additional components to this demo case and use some lights and stuff on it. Now, just checking if you can see and hear everything loud and great. So everything's fine for now. Yes. Okay. So now I will show you here in my garage. So first of all, that's my little man cave. So you see, I'm a super practical guy, and I also have several Loxone building sites, which I do privately every year. And in here, I have my audio system. And here I have some Loxone component to control this garage here. And this little device you see in the cabinet is communicating wirelessly to my house, which is over there. So if the, sorry, can you see it properly? Does it focus? No. Now, so you see somewhere over there is my cabinet, and this is wirelessly talking to this guy there in terms of how good is the wireless stuff which comes. So now I will show you the world's most powerful alarm in action. You see my little sunshine there, no face ID, sorry, I have to put you aside. You see, this is my visualization. This can be on iOS, on the phone. You can open it in the browser, you will see. And here I can control all my stuff here. So you see, I turn on and off the lights in here. I will show you then on screen sharing so you see it better. But for now, let's just turn on the alarm. And sorry, as I live in Germany, so this part will be in German. This is my own house, like really. And then afterwards on my PC, I have everything set on English. So now I arm the alarm, and let's, like, guys, last time I was like filming when I typed in my password, literally. So this doesn't happen to me again. And now the alarm is armed. Everything's fine. And now let's break in. I have mounted here a window contact. This can also be wirelessly, as this guy here. And this is just a wooden, so this is not included. Like, this is just a wooden part, which I glued on. And there is a little metal part. Let's open the door so you see it. There is like this little metal part. So just to show if it's open or not. Now you see already, there is an alarm. Which sensor did it open? And now you see and hopefully hear that I use the speakers, which normally play nice music, to also make this weird alarm sound. And all of my neighbors see that my whole house outside starts blinking like crazy. Isn't that great? And wait, let me turn this up. And if you guys now would have also electrical shades, then we could also say, hey, let's open the shades, the blinds, the curtains, that all the neighbors see inside to the burglar, which is standing in a blinking house. And that's the first thing I'd like to tell you. That's the real power of Loxone, that there is no island solutions. If you can control the light, of course, you can make nice lighting with presence and turn it on and off and moods and scenes and everything. But why not use it in the alarm if we can? Same for the shading, or same for the temperature. If you have the temperature in this room, of course, you use it for clima. This can be heating and cooling, but you can also use this temperature for other stuff. You can use it for ventilation. You could say, I want to suck in air from outside if it's beneficial. Like at night in hot countries, why not put in cold air from outside? Okay, so let me now switch back to my other PC, or to my PC. Sorry, I'm super bad in multitasking. Just a second. Whoops. So then I have to get me back to Spotlight here. All right. So, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, let me start to share my screen, guys. There we go. So, let's talk about configuration. Let's talk about Loxone first. So, as I said, Loxone is more than so not to give you a wrong impression, because we're here in my garage and it all looks like I invented it in my garage. The Loxone headquarters, or the Loxone itself, was founded back in 2009, and we have the headquarters in the middle of Austria, which is next to Germany on the German border. And this is the Loxone base camp, we call it. The Loxone headquarters looks like this. So we have 300 people working for Loxone here in Austria, and we have 20 subsidiaries all around the world, mainly in Europe, but we hope to be very much international very soon. This is the current plan of expanding the Loxone headquarters, which has already started, by, I think, 300 more employees. There will be a hotel with 90 hotel rooms, 5 training rooms, a big seminar room. So this will be super, super awesome. Here you see the building side. We will have a warehouse with like, I think, 12,000 square meters, 10 meters high. So that's just about Loxone. Now let's talk about how Loxone is working. And there is one central control unit, like for the human, the brain. So this little guy receives all the information. He knows if there is somebody in the room, what's the temperature, if the window is open, anything you would like to feed him in information, he can process. And then you see that it has several inputs and outputs, but there is also Loxone extensions for nearly anything. So let's just go through them. There is a dimmer extension for high voltage dimmable lights for circuits. There is a relay extension for just on and off circuits, like could be a blind, could be a socket, could be a lighting circuit on and off. There is extensions for more digital inputs, outputs, but even interfaces. So for those guys who are familiar with, let's say, DALI, it's a lighting type, or KNX is super famous around the globe, I believe. Modbus for integrating heating systems, HVAC systems, so tons of stuff. And how do you now set this whole thing up? And this is what I like to show you now. So there is a Loxone software called the Loxone Config, and this is free to download. So anybody of you who would like to test it out afterwards, you just go to loxone.com or Loxone downloads. And then you will find in the download section somewhere is the config software, which is this guy here, download. Okay, and then you can set it to all the different languages. And this one is used to program everything. And now, as you remember, I have this demo case. So the demo case itself, as I said, is a very mobile showroom. And therefore, I show you now how to set it up. So let me put my camera from here. So I think you see me in a little icon somewhere, right? On top of the screen while I'm sharing. Now, if I switch, then you should see the demo case instead of me. Yes, okay, looks good. And now let's see how it looks like. So this is the surface of the configuration software, and I'd like to take all fears away. This is super, super simple, and I will show you how. So how you maneuver through this software. You see the main part is the periphery tree. There is all the project settings, and wherever you click here, both the left-hand side and the up side change accordingly. So if you would like to create some new users, you just go to user management, and then you will see, okay, make a new user. If there is users already, you can click on it, and on the left-hand side, you can make the properties of them. So you could make a new user called house owner, and then you can say this has not, he has no permissions to adjust the HVAC pressure of the compressor because he has no clue about it, but you as a partner have it. So a lot of things here. And now there is the mini server, and you see, if you click on it, you see all its different in and outputs. And in fact, let's start with the simplest configuration. We have a digital input, 24 volts. And let's just say this is my 24 volt push button input. And if you now take a little bit of time and also put in the right room and category directly, then afterwards at the end, you will see if you print out this view, then you will see you have the documentation, which I know you guys hate to document the stuff because I hate it too. Then you see the documentation here. Okay, this first input is a 24 volt push button in the living room in the category lighting. Okay, so the same for the relay. Let's say this is Granny's chandelier. Oh, I don't know how to spell chandelier. Let's say Granny's lamp. Okay. because English is my second tongue. So it's in the category lighting and it's in the room, living room as well. And then you see, okay, also the relay here is labeled accordingly. Now, how to program something cool now? You see, Loxone, we program on pages. So one page could be the kitchen. I've created the living room before as well. And now in here, we can program. And first of all, let's just drag and drop the push button onto the face. You can scroll in and out with the mouse wheel while holding control, like we are used to in programs. So we have here the lamp and the push button. And if we now connect them together like this, while clicking on the bubble here, and I save this onto the mini server, then you will see when I hold and press this digital input, I will go over there in a second, then you will see that it turns on this relay. Let me prove it. Maybe I stop the sharing for a second. Stop the share. Okay, you see, hello. First digital input, as long as I press it, as long the relay is on. Not super smart though, is it? So now I show you how the magic of Loxone is happening. Therefore, guys, I introduce you to one of over 250 function blocks. So if you go onto a page, then you will see here you have the add function block there. There is also a fast way for the experts with F5, but let's just check it like this. And then you see what's available. So there is comparisons, greater, equal, there is and, or, but there's also super high advanced pre-function blocks like a 2-position controller, a PID controller, a heating curve, shading, cooling. But for now, let's start with the easiest one, which is the normal switch button. And if I add it onto the room, you will see, okay, the name is switched, right? And you can simply click in here and you can say Granny's lamp. And now the switch button, the function block, has inputs on the left-hand side and outputs on the right-hand side. And you can go over with your mouse, and that's for all the function blocks the same. And you will see, okay, a trigger, a pulse toggles the output. So if you only have one button, then you use the trigger, because you have one button. Once you press it, it's on. Once you press it again, it's off. But if you have two buttons, one for on and one for off, then you can connect also two. So now let's make the programming like this. And then let's give the push button another try, how it looks like. And if I start the live view here, so you will see it. I press it again. I press it, it's turned on. I press it again, it's turned off. So still you guys seem not super excited yet, but now let me show you what this function block really does, what you didn't see yet. Therefore, I am here connected to my demo case. And if I now go into the room, which I created, living room, then you will see there is this Granny's lamp. Where is this coming from? This is created, so the visualization, the app, is created out of the function blocks. So you do not have to program it. And if I now go into the app, I can turn on and off the switch. So I stop the sharing, so you see the demo case. I turn it on and off. So let me check the chat real quick. So if this isn't a good time for you, I'm sorry, but you will receive a recording tomorrow or on Monday latest by the marketing. So I'd love to have you participating live, asking questions, but don't worry if you can't watch it all, the whole webinar, you will receive it. So you see, this is the whole secret behind Loxone, that the function blocks create the visualization, which makes it super easy. I show you now another more advanced function block. Okay, so I delete this guy here. And now I show you the lighting controller function block. And this is super cool. So you see there is daylight responsive lighting to always reach the same lux level, like in an office or something. There's so much available. But let's start with the lighting controller. There is a ton of inputs and outputs, as you see here. And it would be way too much to cover all of them, but let me quickly just show you what we can do. So there is outputs where I can connect my lamp, Granny's lamp, for instance. And now there is different inputs. There is an input for the presence detection, an input for the current brightness in this room, and there is an input for the push button. And now let's add some more components to our list, shall we? So therefore, I go onto my mini server, and then you see I have the tree extension already coupled. And there is more components in the demo case. There is the motion sensor here, there is the push button, and there is a dimmer, which is this guy here, which controls the color LED light. And these devices are not learned in yet, and I show you how to do so. It means all lighting systems shall be 24. No, definitely not. This relay we just connected can be anything. This can be 24 volt, this can be 110 volt, 230 volt, doesn't matter. These are potential free relays. You can add dimmers, high voltage, low voltage. We can use DALI. So I just say any kind of relay or any kind of lamp you got, let's put it on, no problem. So share screen again. Now I go onto my tree extension because I want to search for those devices which are connected on the tree bus. Therefore, tree extension selected, and then I see I can search for it here. And now you see there is some devices, and then there is the serial number. And maybe some of you are used to, hey, I have to know the serial numbers, write them down, type it in. That's old school, guys. If you click on a device here, and let's imagine this is a whole installation, a whole house with 10 motion sensors, presence sensors, then you sit with your laptop in the living room and you click through them. I click on the first one. No, I see nothing. I click on the second one, and all of a sudden you see this little guy here blinking like crazy. You see this? I click now on the dimmer. Watch this. I click on the dimmer, and both the dimmer, which could be in the cabinet, and also the LED stripe outside, the output, start to indicate, hey, it's me, man. Hey, it's me. So I have no need for serial numbers. I simply go into the room, search for devices, click through the list, and then I simply say, okay, this is the presence sensor in the room, living room. I add it. Next one, dimmer, already living room. Okay, add it, touch, okay, add it. And that's it. Now I have them here in my periphery tree. And you see that touch, for example, has also a temperature and humidity sensor built in, which I can simply drag and drop on the page, right? And then I can start the live view and see in a second after it's been restarted, what's the current temperature, right? Or for example, the presence sensor here has the brightness, the current brightness here, the lux, right? So it takes a second for them to start. And now let's add them to the lighting controller. We have the brightness that we connect here. And I just, if it's a Loxone device, it just drag and drop it on the block, because we know, hey, it's a Loxone presence sensor. So the brightness goes to the brightness here. But of course, if you have a 0 to 10 volt sensor brightness, you can add it. But then, of course, the software doesn't know, is it a brightness sensor or a temperature? So you then have to know, okay, this one is a brightness, right? So then we also have the touch panel here. Let's connect it. And most importantly, the LED strap. And now I save into the mini server. All right. The dimmer extension is for high voltage. If you would like to control 24 volt, then, so let me show you in here. There is the dimmer extension, the big one. This is for high voltage. And then you can use it for LEDs, for what is the dimming types called? Like, now I dropped the point, like phase cut and phase stuff, like all the different dimming types, right? From LEDs to conventional light bulbs to everything. High voltage, 110 or 230. For 24 volt RGBW, for example, we have the RGBW dimmer here in two variants. One is thin rail mounted. It's the one in the demo case, but there's also another one which is to mount, let's say, below the kitchen or behind the kitchen or something, right? So this would be 24 volt dimming. You can have 4 channels warm white dimming, or RGBW. You can set it in the config. Actually, it's here. Actuator type, individual channels, then you have 4 times white. Now let's see what's happening in the visualization. We added the lighting controller, we coupled the devices, we paired them, we searched for them, they blinked, and I know it's this one. So that's all we did so far. And now let's check the visualization. There is the living room, there is the lighting controller. And now I have here the option to create my own lighting scenes. And what do you guys do in a living room? You're probably going to watch TV. You're probably, I don't know, you probably go reading. And depending on what you do there, our recommendation is to create custom lighting scenes. So let's make one. Let's say the RGBW dimmer here should have this nice, let's go for the Loxone green, right? And actually, as I do this here, if I stop the sharing so you see it nicely, you see it live happening. Imagine this being a room. You could never program this in the software. You go into the room or you take your client, you show him once how it's done in the room. You can dim it up, you can dim it down, and you show him once because you cannot make it right for him. Do you guys agree? So show him how to do it and he does your work. And then you say, okay, I save this mood to be my new TV scene, right? TV, it's dimmed, green light, that's nice. The next scene should be a reading scene. So maybe I want to have super bright light. By the way, you can have a color sequence, changing the light from different colors to another, like in a spa wellness area. But I want now bright light for reading. Okay, should be bright. And also Granny's lamp should be turned on. And I save this this mood now as my new reading. Right? That's it. Now, of course, you can edit the moods. You can say, okay, the first scene in the living room should be TV. The next one should be reading, and the last one should be off. Okay. And now watch out. What we did so far. I can now use the touch panel to go through my lighting scenes I just created. Isn't that simple? Isn't that super simple, guys? Let me share the screen again. And actually also, if I now go to there and I press the button, you also see the app is changing. You see, I am there pressing the push panel and I go through the scenes. So this is how Loxone in the core value is working. There is some questions. Is there a catalog of Loxone products? No, actually, we do not have a PDF file because we are changing and adapting and inventing products super fast. So we have everything online. So best to check out the Loxone website for this. Then Loxone hardware is manufactured by Loxone. Yes, it's manufactured in Central Europe, and we have our own EMC laboratory to ensure quality and make certification, CE, TÜV, and NRTL super fast. What network protocol does the system run on? Can be HTTP or HTTPS, can also have Modbus TCP. Bam, that was fast answers, wasn't it? What else can I show you? Let me show you something here in my garage, in my workshop. So let me connect to my house here to show you some statistics, for instance. You see, it's I have all my different rooms here, like living room and kitchen and everything, but here I'm in my workshop. And you see, I can turn on and off my light. I can see what is the power consumption of my electric heater over the days. I can zoom out and I see what was the consumption for this month, the total consumption. I can see graphs and statistics of the humidity. And this is something super cool. I'm super proud of this, because when I started refurbishing my workshop here, I started with a humidity of almost 100%. So all the tools were wet and rusty and dirty. So I can't go back so far, but you see, after this, I'm now at the humidity of 60 to 80% nowadays with electric heating. All right, with ventilation and electrical heating. Super cool. Also temperature, like today I'm at home, I'm here. So I started the electrical heater like here at 12. And now you see I went from 5 degrees up to 18 degrees Celsius right now. Okay. So this is one thing. I can see you can monitor, let's say, where I have it here, the door. Every time somebody opens and closes the door, you can make tracks of this. So super advanced. Why did I stop sharing, by the way? Didn't want to. I wanted to close this. Now let's say, guys, there is multiple function blocks. Let's say there is a function block for, I show you one more here. There is the room, the intelligent room controller. This guy needs to be powered or needs to be fed with the actual temperature. And we can get this from any sensor. When you have 0 to 10 volt sensors or even one wire sensors, or I don't know what you guys are used to use, then you can of course use this as well. But I have it in my touch panel here in my demo case. So let's connect it. And now what kind of outputs do we have? In countries with heating, this could be valve actuators, 0 to 10 volt. This could be electrical heating on and off. This could be cooling, HVAC, whatever. And you can connect these to different outputs, a heating output, a cooling output, a combined heating and cooling output. So you have to make some logics for the HVAC, for example. And this function block here, let's save this in. This function block here creates now the visualization for here, living room. Now, in addition to the lighting, I have the klima. I see the current temperature, 14.8 degrees. I see my target temperature, 22.5. And I see here, I can adjust my temperatures. So there's individual temperature control. You add this block on every room. Like for the living room, you got one, for the kitchen, you got one. And then you have individual control because you would like to have maybe in the bedroom, 18 degrees, in the bathroom, 22 degrees, in the living room, 22.5. I don't know. The customer can decide for heating and for cooling. And then there is schedules. You can say, hey, I want to have my comfort temperature, can be cooling or heating, of course, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., right? Comfort temperature. You can adjust it here easily. Maybe I wanted to have it until 11, all right? And this way the customer can adjust it here. And now the question is, when does the heating needs to start or the cooling? If I want to have temperature at 6 a.m., do you guys know? I don't know either. Some systems are super fast. Some of them are reacting in 1 hour. Underfloor heating on, for example, is super slow. It sucks for regulation normally. But what we have in this function block integrated already is the room's behavior that we learn. So the first day after installation, the function block doesn't know, it will just start, I think a couple of hours before. It will then notice, oh, I started at 2, but I reached the temperature already at 4. So the next day it will start later until it knows how long does it take to get my room to my desired temperature. So the customer does only need to put in, when do I want it? Not like I have to start it at 3 a.m. so I hope to have my temperature in the morning. No, it learns the room's behavior. And that's all you need to program, right? It's the function block doing all the work for you there. And you just need to say, okay, it's the living room. So I see, okay, it's the living room's touch panel here. So I use this temperature here. And then I might have another device, which is the valve actuator, for example, heating, and it's in the room, living room. Okay. And then I simply connect this guy here. And that's how you set up an individual room control, heating or cooling for your house. That's how it works. All right. So now, guys, I do a strategical camera shift. All right. So now you should see me. Now I show you how to earn money with Loxone. How to earn money. And to me, most of the electricians I start working with, like electricians, system integrators, and so on, of course, they are used to make offers like this. 3 sockets in the living room, 2 lighting outputs, 2 blinds, the work, the components, parts lists. And then there is a price at the end. So a lot of them also say with Loxone, hey, you got 1 mini server, 1 tree extension, 1 Modbus, 2 dimmers, 15 touch panels, and so on and so on and so on. And therefore you have a price. And let me tell you that the most successful partners I know don't work like this. What they do is sell functionality. And I fully understand that some customers, architects, electrical planners require components, but trust me on this, try as much as you can to offer functionality. Because if you say, hey, guys, I sell you not a relay output, but I sell you, I sell you this. I sell you 1 relay output, which is used for the main water valve for the house, right? And I put this on a dedicated page. Let's say it's a central page, right? Room is central here. This is the main water valve. And in case of a water leakage, and you know the switch already, in case of a water leakage, I call this guy here a water main valve. And now let's learn in a wireless product real quick. Okay, let me get one here. This is the water sensor, as I showed you before. And if I add in a battery, like a normal lithium battery, I add it in here. The right way around, sorry, I was like watching in the camera. And I press and hold this button, which is under my finger right now, then you will see in a second it starts blinking green, red, orange, and now it's in pairing mode, okay? And if I now go on my Airbase because I want to search for a wireless device, then I will find, in a second, hopefully, I will find my water sensor here. And I could say this guy is in the room kitchen. It's under the kitchen sink. I can give it a name here. Kitchen, sink, left, bottom, top, or I don't know. So you know afterwards where it is. I pair it, I add it, and I save in the mini server. All right. And now I have it in here, water sensor. And this one has a contact. And if this contact goes on, then we know, oh, whoa. There is a water leakage going around. So this sensor here should reset our main water valve. So what do you sell this function for? Hey, guy, let's call this guy Johnny. Hey, Johnny Loxwell. Johnny, I sell you, if you have a water leakage, I sell you this component for a price that you have in mind. You have a price in mind for this component, a price in mind for 1 relay output. Maybe you have 1 spare, then it doesn't cost you anything in hardware. I sell you this not for 70 bucks, which is the sensor's value. No, I say, hey, Johnny, I will give you full security. If there is a water leakage, doesn't matter if you're at home or not, you get a notification that there is a water leakage. Moreover, I will turn off your main water to your house, so there is no more water leaking out. Because it could be, Johnny, that you're on the ride, man. You're on the ride, you're on work. You're in traffic. It takes you 8 hours to go back home. I don't know. It happens during holiday a lot, I heard. So this is the function I sell to Johnny. And now it's your place to decide what margin do you want to earn on. Because for Johnny, this has a value, this functionality. And the value is not 1 relay or 1 sensor here. No, the value is the security. So you could say, hey, Johnny, I sell you this for 100 bucks or 150 bucks. Or if you take the smoke detection as well, I give you this for free. I don't know. This is how successful Loxone partners earn money, right? And now let's go ahead and do a full planning of the whole house. We have like 20 minutes left in the webinar, guys. So now let's close this one here, disconnect here for now. And now I show, let's take the time. It's 42, and we now start with the planning. There is a project planning in the config when you start it. Looks like this. Don't dry your cat in the microwave, small disclaimer and stuff. And now let's add the customer data. It is Johnny Loxville living in smart home 1. Okay. What type of project is it? Retrofitting, new build. Okay, it's a new build. Decide what control panels would Johnny like to have. Touch panels and Entrasit in white, the premium version, the normal version. Let's go for the normal one. What lighting does Johnny have in his house? Could be RGBW, dimmable color light in the whole house. Could be on and off only. Could be 230-volt dimmable. Your decision. Let's go for the Ferrari tonight together, so I can show you something. It's RGBW. What for shading? Would you like to wire the shading back to the main cabinet, or would you like to use a device like the Nano 2 Relay 3? It's like this size, it's on bus, so you save tons of wiring, and it has 2 relay outputs on it for 1 blind, 1 curtain, or 1 inside or outside blind. All right, looks like this. There is the motor, and then you connect it like this. You can decide here. Let's go for this one, right? Then what kind of klima do you have? Do you have heating or cooling? What kind of window contacts? Maybe Johnny doesn't want window contacts at all. Maybe he wants digital inputs because his windows, he can buy his windows with this option. Music, dimming, and so on. Okay. Now we see there is a pre-selection of rooms by default, because we assume that every project you plan has a bedroom. Maybe there's more to add, more rooms. Then we could add another one like Johnny's office here. And now you have to add certain information. What type of room is it? Is it a bedroom? Is it a recreational room, a thoroughfare, a central, another? And based on these information, the square meter could be 40, a big living room. Johnny is a rich guy. How many windows and external doors do you have? And based on this information, we know, hey, if you have 4 windows there, then you need 8 relays for these 4 windows. How many internal doors do you have? On this, we calculate how many push button handles you guys need, how many heating loops, and so on. And you can, of course, go into a detailed planning. And you could say in here, yeah, but you know, Johnny is really insisting on having his old chandelier of granny that we all know. So we can add a 230-volt dimmable output to here as well. And we call it, hey, it's Granny's lamp. Okay. So you can go in detail here. You see, okay, 4 blinds were selected. So we say 4 of these controls you need for klima, for multimedia, for presence, and so on. Let's go over this real quick. So now we do this for the whole house. You see, super simple, square meter, count the windows, add the right rooms. And then we end up with a planning of the power supplies. What power supplies do you need for all the LED lights and the devices? And then we finish planning. And then we end up, we are now 4 minutes into the planning with a full list of components, a Ferrari, 20,000 bucks. You can list those by category. And even if Johnny did not ask for audio, yeah, no, man, you know, I'm not that kind of audio. I want lighting and shading and heating. That's it. It's so little of an effort for you to make this planning that I would always offer everybody everything. And then you can say, hey, Johnny, the automation part about your house is 2,000 bucks. The control panels are 900 bucks. The shading alone is 1.4K. The klima is this. Hey, man, I know you didn't ask for multimedia, but listen, it's not only for listening to nice music. We can use the same speakers also for the alarm functionality. You can use text to speech there. You can stream Spotify and everything. You can also make the parts list by room. And then at the end, you see how much space you need in the distribution board. In millimeters or in splitting units, I think it's called breaker units. You see how much devices, how much space you have left. Let's say we need 14 digital inputs. So there's 8 spare. So you would be smart. You could be smart and say, hey, Johnny, I have 8 inputs left. I could make you a super good price to also monitor the state of the garage door because I have the hardware for 8 more inputs. Okay. Then now the magic comes, guys. Now, super attention. We can now create a config file. So As you are now kind of familiar with the software, you will see I now create out of my planning how many relays, how many shadings, how many whatever do I need. And now all the components needed are put here into the project. Then I can make some more adjustments like, okay, I can add a new user. I can make a user interface passwords and stuff like this. I can make a new user called Johnny and Johnny's password and stuff. And then I can say Johnny does not have full access. So he cannot program anything in the config. He can just access the app. You can even say certain function blocks should not shine up in Johnny's app. For my house, for example, I made a user for my mom and she can just open the main door and the garage door. All right. Then you see all the rooms. Okay, finish. We are now 7 minutes into the planning, into the challenge, and we now have all the components, as you see. Lights, kitchen, bathroom, the shades from the bathroom, kitchen, air devices like smoke detectors, water detectors, the dimmer extension with Granny's chandelier here. You see, we planned it, man. You see, Granny's lamp. Everything is in there. So now we could start creating our pages and adding the lighting controllers and the heating controllers and all the stuff that you know. Or we press the magic button, auto configuration. And as we know, and this is something no other brand on the market is even close to, we know out of our planning, hey, we have a light in the living room. We have temperature in the living room. So why not do 90% of the programming, which is clear because we know what devices are in there automatically. And now you see, I just check all functions here. And I see, okay, for lighting, what happens? A lighting controller is created. What comfort functions do I want to have? I want them all. I configure, and now you see all the pages are created. And I can sit back and relax because I have 2 minutes left of the 10 minutes challenge, and I'm done. I am there. So if this now is finished, I can show you the living room or the Johnny's office. I just saw Johnny's office there. So it's programming and programming, doing all of the work which would take me hours to do. And there could be mistakes. Hey, I had a rough night yesterday. It's a Monday morning. Oops, I missed up the temperature. I connected the wrong temperature. Kitchen temperature on the living room. Could be a mistake. Cannot happen here. It's done. And then you see Johnny's office is a created room here. Where is it, Johnny? Here. And what's in there? Johnny's room had the following components. There is lights, there is push panels, there is valve actuators, and there is a smoke detector. So what's happening? You guys know this here, the lighting controller. You know what this is doing. We connected the correct touch panel to the lighting controller, the correct lighting groups, and also some more functionality. Visual doorbell. We programmed by default here, when somebody presses the doorbell outside, then you not only have an acoustic notification, you also have the light flash in certain rooms. And which rooms are these certain rooms? And this now goes back to what room type was it? We will not do this if you select it is a bedroom. But in a bedroom, we have other stuff. Like here in the, let's go to the bedroom. That sounds wrong. Sorry for that. We have the bedroom here, and in there we have also the lighting controller, but there is also an alarm clock. And in the app, you can now set your alarms. When do I wake up in the morning tomorrow? Hey, I want to wake up at 7. I can set this in the config, but this is typically done by the customer in the app. What happens if the alarm goes off? On his phone, he gets notification, makes some noise as a normal alarm, but in addition, it goes onto the lighting controller's input here and will start to fade up the light. The dimmable light will slowly dim up to wake up Johnny nicely. In addition, the light at the output goes onto the shading, the curtains, to open them just a little. So Johnny in his alarm is waking up super, super smooth, right? That's one function. Let's check what else do we have here. We have the room controller where we have the temperatures here. We also have some cool function here. Lighting controller. Guys, let me talk to you something really quick. Who of you know the following situation? You come to bed a little later than your wife normally, so she's waiting for you. So you go there, you come into the bedroom, your wife or your girlfriend, hopefully not both of them, are already waiting for you there. And then you go to bed, you lay down, you turn around, and then she asks the final question. But not what we love to hear, but she says, did you turn off the light downstairs? In this tone. And you turn around and say, yes, honey, I did. And then she says, Johnny, are you sure? And then you have to walk down there. Who knows it, guys? Who knows it? And now I am sure that the light is turned off, because when in the master bedroom, I go to bed, I do a triple click on the lighting control panel, triple click. And this is here programmed automatically. This one here goes onto the good night function. What's happening at a good night function, you might think? It will turn off all the lights centrally. It will turn on the alarm system, but not with motion sensors, just the outer shell. All of this is programmed here automatically. And now it's on you to sell it. And what we did in the international team to make this as easy as possible for you guys is we created a page where we showcase, hey, this is Loxone. This is a 120 square meter house example. What does it cost? Richard, it's nice. I see your showroom lighting. I love it. What's the price, man? Hey, Johnny, I give you 3 options. They're very, very basic one. The clever option, which I have to sell you. I will not sell you a dumb house, man. For real, I like you. I will not sell you dumb. So this is the minimum I give you. This includes lighting, presence based on every room, temperature control, and it's for $2,500. It includes 36 functions. There is presence simulation, automatically programmed. If you leave your house, you go on holiday, you turn on the absence mode, there is presence simulation, pre-programmed somewhere here. There is the all out here. It's a switch. So in the app, you can say, hey, I'm on holiday. And this will then activate the presence simulation. So if you're not at home, you know the movie Kevin Alone at Home, where this little boy is there is burglars and they want to break in, and he fakes having a party. And it's the same for all the lighting controllers. You can now say, hey, should I use it in presence simulation here? Yes. When should it start? At dusk, not at a certain time, because in summer the sun goes down at 9. In winter the sun goes down at 4. I don't know. So this is taken from the astronomical position of your mini server. So when the sun goes down until 11, it randomly activates lighting scenes between 10 and 30 minutes randomly. You can say you turn on the TV scene or something, and it should be a minimum of 20 minutes. You can adjust all of this. And this function is done by this auto programming. And you know it works, and you know how it works. So you say, hey, 36 functions, this and this and this and that. And even here, it's described here. Hey, the presence simulation, by systematically switching on the lights, even when you're not at home, your house can behave as you are there, right? So we offer you a description of what the auto configuration does. So you can sell this, you know what your customer can expect. But hey, Johnny, I tell you honestly, this is the bare minimum, but most of my clients go for the premium version because it's only 4,500 and you have 55 functions. There is dimmable light now. You can create nice lighting scenes. Hey, Johnny, I didn't believe myself, but I want color and dimmed light, but now I have it. I don't want to miss it anymore. There is shading control. The shades automatically follow the sun. So if the room is overheating, the intelligent room controller, this is programmed by default now, the intelligent room controller, which is responsible for the temperature, heating and or cooling, asks for help. Hey man, there's a shading output, please assist me. And now all the shadings you have in the room, you can give them a compass orientation. Hey, is it the north direction, east direction, south direction, something crazy in between, like in degree. And then this guy knows where the sun is and if it helps to go down. Okay, programmed. And please, guys, don't sell 4,500 euros components. Don't sell it like this. No, make some thoughts and sell the 55 functions here to Johnny. Oh, damn, where is it? Here, sell the 55 functions for the price you can get it off. And then, hey, Johnny, hey, I know, let's just check it out. For me, let's just check it out. The full package, the Ferrari would be 11,000 bucks. And you have color light, you have multimedia, you have access. The access automatically deactivates the alarm because we all hate these panels where you have to type in the code because it sucks and you forget it and you don't do it. So let's do some crazy cool stuff. This is how we sell Loxone. And now we are running on the 1 hour mark. So we will do questions afterwards, but to be fair to all the others who planned 1 hour, let's do a quick break in here where I tell you how a partnership with Loxone could look like. So to me and my team, the international team, your success is our business because we do not sell to end customers. We completely rely on you electricians, you guys bringing it onto the market. We would love to have a personal conversation with every single one of you to figure out the exact needs of your markets, of your company, what your typical clients look like. And to start the partnership with Loxone, we have a super great offer, which is the most mobile showroom that you guys now already saw, the demo case, which you can use to now save this program of Johnny that we just did, the planning, save this in the demo case, and guess what? It creates the whole visualization, what we just saw. Hey, Johnny, I give you an iPad. Hey, man, look, listen, there's a demo case, listen. This is your future house. You see, there is a room called Johnny's office, man. I already got it. What do you see in there? You see granite chandelier. This is how you make your lighting scenes. This is how you can dim it up, dim it down. Hey, Johnny, check out the central page. There you see there is the absence mode. You know what happens when you're on holiday? I will make your house fake that you're at home. So it's not only having a burglar alarm, it has a burglar prevention. Boom, this is how I sell it. I use the demo case for it as a tool. So every successful partner, in my opinion, needs it. And tonight in the webinar, we made a special offer for you guys for exactly this. And let me share back my screen here. And there's actually 3 offers that we have here. No, here, welcome. Welcome pack. To start the partnership with Loxone, you have the great chance to get one of these 3 starter packs. The first one is the starter kit. This is perfect if you already have a customer, or if you would say, hey, I use the money for the starter kit and I directly sell it to a customer. So I don't want to afford the demo case and have it there. But I still strongly recommend the demo case. So this is the starter kit. Loose products that you can directly build in. If you say, hey, I want to build this in my office instead of the demo case, that's freaking cool to me as well. Next one is the demo case, 639 bucks. I will put in the UK and dollar prices as well. And what most of the partners in the webinar go for is the special webinar offer, including the demo case and the training, which would normally cost 300 bucks. And in this package, for just a little more than 150 bucks more, you get the 2-day training, which can be online, which can be in presence, of course. And in these 2 days, you will learn everything, how to set up everything with one of the strongest Loxone experts we have. And therefore, I start a quick poll where you guys can say, hey, do I want to take the welcome offer for the webinar 777? Do I want the Loxone demo case or the starter kit? Okay, and you can also say, hey, I'm not sure yet. And for those guys, I have to say, hey, we have a 30-day trial on the demo case. So all of you guys should take this offer, get the demo case. We make an appointment, a private appointment with you, going together through the demo case, setting it up, discussing all of your questions, talking about how you can get the first project so there's no risk for you at all. And the question is not if you can afford the demo case and start working with Loxone. The question is if you cannot afford to start, because the market is there. And as I said, we want you to earn some money. That's our job here at Loxone. I have great guys in the team who work permanently on a daily basis with our partners together. So enough being said, I start the poll now here. And you can see first offer, 777, webinar offer. Second one, just the demo case alone without the training. Third one, just the loose package, the loose components. All right. So then let me continue with putting this program that we just created into Johnny's demo case. No, sorry, into the demo case. We put Johnny's program into the freaking demo case. That's what I mean. So I connect back to my demo case. And now all I'm gonna do is I save this into the demo case. Now it's restarting, right? And yes, of course, there is a certification after the training. So you will become a certified Loxone Silver partner with a certificate after attending the training, right? Okay, so now let's check the demo case. Johnny, look at me. I now got here your program. You know, we discussed what your house will look like. I promised you to make you a super cool offer. Now let's check it out. Hey, you see here, there is your office, Johnny's office. This is where you can enter your temperatures. You can say, hey, I want the temperatures in every room individually. Like Johnny, I saw your nice car. How many temperature zones do you have in your car? Well, I have the 4-zone temperature. Yeah, of course, then you should have it in your nice house as well. Like still some people are discussing about single room control, like single room temperatures. That's crazy to me. Then Johnny, there is the presence detection. Hey, check it out. There is the central functions. There is the burglar alarm. This is how you arm it, man. This is how it looks like. This is the night mode. Yeah. If you turn on the night mode, then the music will not turn on automatically. The light which turns on is super nicely dimmed. You don't wake up your wife or your girlfriend or both of them in your bedroom. There is storm protection for the shades. Boom, 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 boom. This is what you get, Johnny. It's not 4,500 euros worth of components. No, it's the know-how, it's the software, it's the functions that you receive at the end. And you can sell this for as how good of a salesman you are. And we assist you with sample offers. We discuss the offers you're gonna make. We assist you during the commissioning, especially in the first project. Please, guys, use my technicians, use my team. They are hired to help you out on the market. We can use Skype and TeamViewer and everything, right? Then you could now even say, hey, there is components in the demo case. There is the dimmer and stuff. So you can make it even nicer and say, hey, I now search for the extensions that are in the demo case. I replace it with the ones which are programmed. And now I show Johnny in his demo case how the water alarm looks like. You want to check this out, guys? You want to see that? So I learn in the devices, right? I search for the 3 devices. I will find, hey, I have a presence sensor there. I put this in the living room. I have a dimmer also in the living room. I have a touch tree also in the living room. So this is programmed, right? I save in, and now again, let me add now I talk too much already. Let me add the water sensor again. So I hold and press until it's in learning mode, right? I go into the air extension here because it's an air device, and the water sensor in here, you see it's grayed out. It's gray here. There is devices which are darker. Here, you see this one is learned in physically there. But this water sensor here is learned in. This is used on the central page in the water alarm that all the lights in the house start blinking is programmed. So on the building site, commissioning, I go there, I start the search, I find my water sensor, and I replace it with the one in the kitchen. When I replace it, then it will take the programming, which is done already automatically. And now watch out. The program is starting. So the demo case is restarting. I can now, let me switch the camera real quick. I can now, I think I did it in the living room. Yes, I can in the living room. You see, oh, all of a sudden there's a temperature, 15.2 degree taken from the touch panel. I see there is light now turned on in the living room. Do you see it here? There's different lighting scenes, relaxing, atmospheric, and so on. Programmed by this freaking cool auto configuration. And now, let me show you what happens if I now make a water leakage. So let me change the camera here. That's the roughest part about this whole thing, the cameras. So let me do this real quick. Central water alarm kitchen contact is the one which is armed. Okay. And then you see if I switch back to the webcam, then you see the light starts to blink. You see that? It's already programmed. And I can then acknowledge the alarm. Huh. Isn't that cool? So now enough of me talking. Let me hear your guys' opinion about what you just saw. There is some questions. Let me go for them first. Statistics can be saved into the mini server. Yes, you can also save it on a network device like a NAS. You can send them via email. You can do anything with statistics. Yes. Should we pay every year for a silver partner? No. Also, there is no payment for the software. So you can download the app. You can connect to a test mini server when you do so. You can download the config software. There is no cost for software in the partnership. All right. Can we get the mini server generation 1 instead? Yes, if you really want to, George, then we can make a special welcoming offer for human. All right. Then let me check the chat. Interesting, very good system. Super glad to hear. Can we change the moods of the lighting by clapping hands? Hey, if you have a sensor, an acoustic sensor, which indicates that somebody clapped the hand, then sure, man. We don't have the sensor, but it can be a 0 to 10 volt or a 24 volt sensor, whatever. Third-party sensors, yes, Henrik, as you say, and I'm super appreciating the fact that we have existing Loxone partners. Like half an hour before the webinar, I made a post like in our WhatsApp group, hey guys, can we please somebody have some assistance in this webinar for new partners? And actually there is Loxone partners from around the world joining tonight with me to answer you guys in the chat. And I super appreciate the fact for you guys. So what else? What other questions do you gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen here have for me tonight? What else would you like to see? Because I see almost all of you are still here with me. So not many people are gone yet. What would you guys see? Video surveillance, future plans. Yeah, hard to say. So like we can integrate any kind of JPEG or motion JPEG videos into our stuff. I can show you my house real quick. I did something there because everybody keeps asking me. I show you my house. I have a camera in there. Boom, 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 boom. All righty. So in my room here, I got a camera. And you see it's come on. So sorry for the spider webs. It's not that dusty in my house, but this happens only before a webinar. I can see, okay, I can integrate cameras there. I can connect this to my alarm. So if the alarm turned on, I can switch here fast in the visualization to my camera and see directly what happened. I can take photo if the alarm turned on, and you see here I made a fake alarm to showcase to test if it's working. So it takes pictures if I turn on the alarm and stuff. So this, yes. Other question, how do you make a mood setting that, example, evening or morning mood is activated automatically so the light only turns on with 40% during these hours? Yes, there is the option for the lighting controller where you can say here with a double click, you can say here in the automatic thing, and then you could say, hey, I make myself some operating modes, which is the morning. I didn't create it yet, but let's say every Monday, the normal mood, which is turned on based on motion, should be this one. And this one is like very dimmed. During night, this is what's programmed already. During night, the relaxing scene is turned on. And during any other mode, which is not night, the bright light turns on. So if you go to bed, triple click activates the night mode. If you stay up again, and honestly, I'm in my 30s now and I have to stay up during night more often than I was used to, then you turn on a very dim light. And of course, the music is blocked if you automatically turn on music. Can you give a brief introduction of the training? Yes, this is a 2 days training where we'll give you all the tools on the hand to be able to do a full installation with all different topics which are possible on your own. We also show you a lot of different functionalities which are possible but hard to know after the first training. But therefore, we give you a personal technician by the hand who is there for you always for any kind of topic. Like it's for us, it's one face to the customer always. And he assists you in any kind of stuff, right? Modifying features is difficult for future customers as well as warranty. I think this is something we can discuss because I'm not fully sure what you mean. You can, as I said, limit the options of what customers are able to modify. So you could say they can just play around with lighting scenes or stuff like this. How the wiring is done? Yes, we have, as I said, we have the Loxone tree, which is a bus system. And the big advantage about a bus system is that you can wire the components one after another, or even you can mix it up. So our wiring system is called tree, like a real tree, which has like a different kind of I'm missing the words. It's like a tree. So you can go into a room. That's my recommendation. Go with one cable into the room. And then you can use any cable. Like people ask me, hey, can I use another cable or do I need the Loxone cable? Guys, it's copper inside. So there is nothing special about it, even if marketing would make you tell you so. But this cable has the huge advantage that you have both a thin cable for 24 volt and the bigger cable for 24 volt for lighting, for example, which needs more power. Like here, this would be a lamp, you need the bigger one. And then you can go from one component to another, okay? So, but you can also say, I go from, I wire everything back into the cabinet, or I make sub cabinets or other stuff. But everything we can discuss more in detail on personal appointments. Other questions, there is questions like 3 load shedding. Okay, let me show you just some more cool function blocks where I believe they are super cool. There is energy management as a huge topic. For who of you, energy is critical. Energy management. Let's say you have electrical cars, you have limited power for your installations, and you somehow have to live with the power that you got, and otherwise the main fuse goes down. There is a new function block called load manager, And this load manager, you can now set priorities. Hey, the priority number 1 should always be the electrical car. The input here is this one. The power of it is, I don't know, 15 kilowatt hours. It's a Tesla fast charger. And then this function block can say, okay, ooh, the current consumption I got of the whole house is 20 kilowatts because the boiler is on and the oven is on and everything is on, and I cannot turn on my sauna. So maybe the sauna is first priority. So sorry for Saudi Arabian and so on countries, sauna is not a topic, but it's the best example for me. You want the sauna to be more prior than the charging of your car, right? And this function block does exactly this. Then there is an energy manager, let's say Loxone Energy Manager, where you see in the visualization, where is it? Hey, you know this nice guy here? I'm searching for the visualization. You see all, I need to write it in German here, maybe. Here, you see what's the production from the photovoltaic. Maybe you have a battery on your house. The battery, what's the current % of charging, and what's your house's consumption, right? And you see here, my production is 1.07 kilowatts. My consumption, I need 900 watts. So I know I have no power taken from the grid at all because I produce more than I need. So I can even use some of the energy to charge my battery. All right. How large can this system be scaled? The biggest project I am working on right now is 2,200 villas with 400 square meters each, communicating via BACnet to one central server with a facility manager, having an overview of all the 2,000 villas, if everything is fine, if there is a fire, a burglar detection or something somewhere. So the limits of the system are almost unlimited. There is limits like you can connect 30 extensions to one mini server, but then you can couple more mini servers which are in the same network to a client gateway and so on. So if you ever manage to reach a limit, then I will send you a present. Because in my 8 years at Loxone, I've never saw reaching a limit. All right. Okay, guys. Hey, I really appreciate that all of you guys stayed for so long, like 20 minutes over what we initially planned. And maybe I should tell marketing at someday to just make it a 1.5 hours webinar, because like every time they tell me, hey, Richard, you need to finish in time, but I have so much to tell you guys. So if you don't have any more questions, then I can just again encourage all of you to really make a good thought about starting with automation. Take the appointment with our technicians. You will receive an email with all contact details tomorrow. Take the appointment, take the time. It might be worth, or it might be the best 1 hour appointment, the best time you've spent for a long, long time, because the trend is there and your competition is not sleeping. And for all different kind of companies, you might have different reasons why you would like to consider automation. Some of you would like to make more projects. I want to attract different kind of customers. Maybe I want to attract higher luxury segments with this. Maybe some of you say, hey, I'm fully booked. I have 5 people. I cannot do more projects. For those of you, it might be of interest to earn more money with the magic function I showed you for each of them projects. So let's find out together what's right for you. This is my offer to all of you. And I super appreciate that you have been here tonight with me. It was a ton of fun for me. I really enjoyed that you were so communicative in the chat, asking so many questions. Again, thanks for the joining partners, the existing partners assisting me tonight in the chat. Stay safe, guys. Go for automation. You won't regret it. I see all of you maybe in one of the next trainings, Maybe you see me in some YouTube videos. Maybe we have a personal discussion. You will receive all of the contact details via an email, also the recording of tonight. And yeah, I wanted to make a super cool ending, but that's it, guys. Thank you for tonight. See you all soon. Have a nice evening. Stay safe. Automate the world. Or even from Vietnam, people are joining. I super appreciate, and I can imagine what time is it currently for you. So thank you for this, especially Tam Tam. See you guys. I just wait for all the nice greetings. I really enjoy it. Yes, there is options for voice activation and stuff with Alexa or Siri and stuff, but we could talk about this in a private appointment. But because this topic is kind of sensitive with data security and so on, but sure. I have one possible client and project already. Definitely give us a call, write us an email. We'll get back to you as soon as possible, and we will discuss with you together in a private appointment with a technician how your project looks like and what we would recommend and the next steps for this. No, there is no annual subscription for silver partners. Loxone, you have to pay for the components, but not for the software, neither the app nor the programming software, nor any kind of partnership. The application you can download by just going on Google and typing in Loxone config download, or go into the Loxone homepage, loxone.com, download section. I think it's in support, download, and then you find the config as well, or you just Google it. Also, the support is free. Yes, Henrik, that's for sure. How can I have a presentation from engagement with your director? So the video of tonight you will get by tomorrow or on Monday, but I think this would be too long for showing this to your management. So if you want, let's shoot us an email. Let's set up an appointment together first to discuss how to present this to your management, and maybe we together with you can hold a quick presentation in front of them with video and Teams or Zoom or something. But feel free to share. It's a YouTube link you will receive tomorrow. Oh, no, now talking is already difficult. Can we integrate third-party software with BACnet protocol? Yes, I just did this in Saudi Arabia 2,200 times. Okay, guys. Then again, bye-bye.